On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be giving away an ultra-wide monitor to one of the people in today's show. Are you ready for that? Because the show starts
right meow.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pimp My Setup LG Special Edition number 1. My name is Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
And you can find me, Barnacles, at barnerd.com. Yeah.
Yeah. What, are you I am apropos right now with the sexy voice going on?
Yes, I am. It just kind of sounds good in my ears, so I kept doing it.
Okay. All right.
I was like turning myself on. You ever turn yourself on with your own voice? You're like, yeah.
Actually, I do that way too often.
Touch yourself, bro. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know what it is. It's just something about these headphones.
Yeah. Well, you got some nice cans there, bud.
Yeah, Sony's. They only cost like $60, and they sound better than like one of my $500 pair of cans. I was like, man, I got robbed.
Boom. There you go.
Sony monitors. That's what you get. All right.
You guys are probably wondering, like, why is Jerry here? Because it's just he's like one of those people that when he's there, you're like, why is he there? I was doing the show by myself, and then all of a sudden he appeared in the chat and was talking about stuff, and he was like, hey, I'll come on. So I just
show up. Yeah. I just kind of show up places. That's kind of what I do on the internet. Well, I don't know what it is.
Well, I'm happy you're here because now I'm not lonely. I'm not going to get hate for being by myself. So thanks for being here.
You're not lonely for life. You have me, Matt. Yeah. You have me.
Oh man, I didn't want to do this right now, but okay. Now, anyways, let's talk about what's going on quickly. I will give you a brief. If you did not watch my video LG monitor giveaway, I am giving 5 monitors away, 4 on a special episode of Pin My Setup like this, so there's still going to be 3 more, and then 1 will go to 1 random person that enters the Gleam giveaway. All that is on that video in the description, and it'll be in the description of this video, and you still have a chance to enter for 4 other ones. And then there's the UltraWide Festival. Thanks to LG, they're giving away 30, and 3 of those winners will also win $10,000 towards their setup and a chance to hang out with Linus. Are you jealous of that?
I didn't know there was $10,000 involved. I might have changed my tune.
Yeah, $10,000 and a chance to hang out with Linus himself. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, nobody cares about that guy. I already had him sign my arm at PAX. I don't even think I'm done.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, then make sure you check it out. But without further ado, this episode, like I said, is special. We're not going to be necessarily critiquing. I'm sure that
well, you won't be.
Well, yeah. I'm sure that you're gonna say a thing or two about these setups, and people are saying,
I will follow your lead, brother. I will follow you into the depths of internet hell right now. So you just lead me. Good. I'll follow your lead. I got this.
Good. So now, like I said, we're not going to be doing a lot of critiquing, but I'm sure Jerry will say a thing or two because he just tends to be that guy, and he'll tell you what to fix. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you guys are going to be choosing who wins the LG monitor. Super excited. Let's get into the first setup, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, first setup is submitted by Miguel, and this is what he had to say. By the way, he's 26 years old, for reference. He said the following: "This is my humble, clean, and minimalistic desk setup. Hope you like it. I know this might just come out stupid, but I would like to say that I deserve this monitor because it would look awesome on my desk. I'm a web developer, and an ultra-wide monitor is the dream of every web and mobile developer, but sadly, I'll also have to admit that I really can't afford a monitor like this with all the bills and rent that I have to pay at the end of every month." So, yeah.
Poor Miguel.
What's your original, response to this? Did this hit you hard, or was this like a load of bull?
It kind of hit me in the feels because, and plus, I mean, he has a setup that looks like he should be using a Mac. Like, is there a Mac hidden somewhere in there that I'm not seeing? Like, oh, I see it.
Yep.
There it is. I had to scroll down a little. Yep, he's a Mac user, so we should probably exempt him just for that. He's violating the PC Master Race clause of this contest.
Yeah, it's actually funny. A lot of people were saying, they're like, dude, if you have a Mac on the show, they're not going to win because they're going to be voting. So you know how that works.
Yeah, well, Miguel, I'm just going to give it to you right now. You're probably not going to win unless somehow you rig the contest. But I'm going to say you do have a pretty sweet setup. Like, I like how clean that is. Like, Matt would even admit that is a clean setup.
Yeah, like, I would be okay with licking the tabletop because I'm certain that it's clean enough for me to do that. And if not, then I'm ready for the disease that comes with it. So it is what it is.
Look at that. He even has like Sennheisers hanging on his little hook over there in the corner.
Yeah.
No kidding, man.
All wrapped up with the cord and everything. And then look at that cable management. Is that jerry-rigged approved? Or
Yeah. This guy definitely suffers from a case of bad OCD. We're talking like, Dexter Morgan proportions here. Although I will say that the baseboard under his desk does look a little dirty, so I'm going to knock some points off for that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it looks like you could do surgery on that desk.
Yeah, I would definitely not lick underneath, but on top, I would. So
I would.
You definitely should get. I don't know if a sponge will clean that up. I don't want to know what that is. That's a personal problem, if anything. But I really like the guitar. I like how it's like so simple that it actually blends into the background.
Yeah.
For me, I don't like the big gap on the wall, but this is you, and he said it's a humble, clean, minimalistic desk setup, so I think he did that, right?
He did. I actually really like it, and I think that monitor would look really good on his desk if he had an actual Windows driven PC sitting over there.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
At least, hey, did he at least say if he was running Windows like on boot camp or something? Because we can maybe cut him some slack.
Yeah, he didn't. So that's another problem.
Let's just make that assumption. Miguel, we're all going to just assume that Miguel does run some form of Windows on that every once in a while.
Yeah, he has to.
Let's just make that assumption.
He's a web and mobile developer, You gotta run different platforms for that. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. So if you guys think that he deserves it, you can call. You can vote for him at the end of the show. 888 America's Got Talent. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that kind of show.
At least one person's going to call who stopped the stream.
Yeah, they're like, I'm voting right now for him.
If you want Miguel to win this monitor, you need to vote for Miguel. That's Miguel. Miguel.
Yeah, text 4 to poop17 to vote now. Anyways, let's go on to the next setup. Pedro, 18 years old. This is what he had to say about his setup. I believe I have a pretty cool setup, except my monitor is lacking. There are a few other things that I need to fix, like the holes in the wall and the chip paint, but overall I think my setup is good, and it just needs a little bit of improvement, starting with the crappy monitor. So quickly, I want to just let everyone know that I selected these out of 1,000+ submissions for this episode, and I tried to be the nicest person possible. I don't care if you have the nicest setup ever, as long as it's clean and you utilize what you have, then I think it's fair for you to win a monitor. So taking a look at this and hearing his heart-wrenching story, what do you have to say about his setup?
Well, I mean, I feel bad for him because he's got one of those particle board desks that nobody should ever have to have. Like, I remember having one of those growing up, and those things, like, they just warp and slump. And but the concern I have is if you give him that widescreen monitor, it's going to hurt my OCD because it's going to be off-centered. I mean, there's no way he's going to be able to put that huge widescreen monitor in there and not have to shove it over so it's off-center. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he said, and I didn't include this in my little blurb, but he basically said he's going to take the hutch kind of piece off. Yeah.
Okay. If he's willing to do that, I'm going to give him massive brownie points.
Yeah.
And he does have an Xbox One sitting up there, so he's kind of like, he's a gamer. He's got all of his games over there. He's got his PC. He does all his gaming from this spot. So I would say that monitor would get sufficiently used. Yeah. If he got it.
The thing that everyone needs to keep in mind on this setup is if he does receive the monitor and he takes this down, there goes like all his like Cowboys memorabilia, things like that.
Oh, nobody cares. Nobody likes the Cowboys. Like,
well, I don't.
They don't.
And since they just beat the Giants to a really crappy game, I'm a little pissed off. But anyways, I think
I don't like football at all. Actually, let's just don't vote for Pedro because I don't like football.
He's probably crying right now, like, God damn it, Cherry.
I'm just ruining everything here.
So the last thing I want to say about this is, what do you think about that sharpener, that pencil sharpener? That's like ultimate throwback right there.
Wait, there is a pencil sharpener in the picture? How did I miss this? Hold on, I'm looking for it. Is it the one is it on top of the shelf there? Or?
No, it's to the left on the wall over by Spider-Man.
No way.
Yeah, it's a pencil sharpener.
Like old school, like crank style.
Those are the best.
Oh my god, dude! That's like, did this used to be a classroom? Like, is he living in like an abandoned school?
I have no idea, but my grandma has one in her house, so maybe it was a thing back in the day. I don't know.
Oh no! You know what I just noticed? How did Pedro leave out the big screen that was up above the hutch?
Yeah, well, I think that's why
he kind of left that out. I think he was trying to get like that whole sympathy vote. Like, he doesn't already have a big screen. But
Pedro, let's be honest. If he's sitting in front of his computer, his neck would have just terrible pains from looking up.
Not really, because when you want to get comfortable when you're watching stuff on the internet you should be watching, you lean back. You know, that's why I got my screen up on the ceiling. You've seen mine. It's like it's a 45-degree angle literally on the ceiling.
Well, the problem is with his setup, we don't know if he has a nice chair like yours that has that nice recline feature. As it looks, he has no chair. So he's really grabbing those sympathy votes, you know?
He's making it. He's poor peopling it up. I'd almost be willing to bet that he just spritzed blue paint on the wall to make it look like. I bet you behind that it's like all glass overlooking New York. Like,
can you imagine? It was like a penthouse. It's like top of the line. That would be.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be absolutely hilarious. This isn't even a picture of his setup. Like he just found a picture on like Google Images and sent it to you and was like, give me a monitor. No, Pedro, I like your setup. You just that particle board desk. If you got to promise if you get this monitor that you will sell the old monitor and buy a better desk than that. That is a horrible desk.
Or give the monitor to a homeless person.
Give the monitor to a homeless person that is near a receptacle, a power receptacle of some kind.
Exactly. Nothing to hook it up to. That's what matters. Okay, let's go to the next setup. Now, this one, visually, I would say it's like, wow, this would look great with ultra wide, blah, blah, blah. But this is what he had to say. His name's Gregor. Is that how you would say that? Gregor?
Gregor? It's not like Greg. It's like, hey, Gregor.
Gregor.
It's like Gregor. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for that. Gregor. Gregor is 16 years old, and he said the following. I think my setup could be a lot better with a big monitor since I do only have a 23.6-inch 1080p Samsung monitor. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, my God.
But look at it, though. It's got that thin-ass bezel, that really nice stand. He's got a lot of nice accessories, a really nice chair. Looks like he's doing pretty damn good. He's got great cable management.
Yeah, I'm thinking Gregor could, like, literally just go down the street and buy, like, 5 of what you're giving away. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, free stuff. Oh, no, I just spotted a PS4. Never mind. He's out. He's out. Gone. Gregor, throw him away.
See, you're gonna make everyone vote for who you want because right now in their head they're like, you know what? I really shouldn't vote for him. He has a PS4.
If you guys vote for the setup I want you to vote for, I will come and sub your little YouTube channels. I will do it.
And he'll give away a monitor himself. Yeah, good job, Jerry.
What? No, ixnay on the monitor.
Guys, tweet at him. # Jerry needs to give us a monitor.
You know what? I might give away my 4K monoprice monitor because I'm replacing that with one of those LG widescreens, ultra wide screens. Yeah, who knows?
He said it. So
harass me on Twitter. Just do it.
Yeah, he'll do it if you just harass him.
I like that guy's case though. That computer case. I've never seen that before.
Oh,
do you recognize that?
I don't know anything about that kind of stuff.
It's like the Borg cube going on there.
It's pretty. It's got an X on it if anyone knows what that is in the chat. But this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to look at this and be like, damn, this kid's got a lot of dough. He doesn't need it. Although it's a nice setup, he doesn't need it. So you guys decide. I'm not saying. You guys decide.
I'm so hung up on this guy because he's got a lot of the stuff I like and I don't like. Like he's got a PlayStation 4. Don't get me wrong. I have a PlayStation 4 too, but I don't like it as much as the Xbox One. But he does have a Corsair RGB K75 keyboard, which is exactly what I'm using. Mm-hmm. So the guy's got good taste in keyboards.
That's
He's got
what I have too. So.
Rode microphone. So the dude obviously cares about the finer points of audio quality. Mm-hmm. You know, so...
It's clean. It's just
it's a very clean setup.
Yeah, but you already told him not to vote, so people are not going to. So
yeah, and actually, I'm scrolling down. He's kind of selling me on a little bit because if you go down to the dark picture, can you bring that one up? Yep. The glowy purple. Yeah, dude, his lighting around his desk is killer. It's like all perfectly evenly distributed, coming up on the line of the back of the desk. That looks killer.
Yeah, especially with that slanted wall. It's just like perfect. I love it. But that's the thing. People might love it so much that they don't think he deserves it. So. Hey, it's up to you guys.
It's up to you guys. You got to decide if old Gregor, deserves it or not.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next setup. This setup is submitted by Mike. Mike is 23. Blah blah blah. He's 23 years old, and he said the following. I'd like to win the monitor because my setup just screams for an ultra-wide. Right now, I have a TN 27-inch Samsung monitor, and also, he's never won anything in his life, and he doesn't have the money to buy one. So basically, that's he said that's really all he wants, and it's a short but true story. So, all right. I mean, I appreciate the fact that he's real with us. You know what I'm saying? But looking at this, I wonder, did he just put like a crappy fat bezel monitor right there to make us be like, damn, this setup's really lacking that ultra wide because everything else is beautiful.
Pull down the 70-inch curved Samsung. Here, get that down.
So, literally though, looking at this, everything's perfect other than the monitor. Would you agree?
I would. He's even like up on his little shelves. He's got like little boxes from his components and all of his favorite Warcraft game boxes up there in his CPU box. Mm-hmm. You know, this guy's like nerd squared.
Nerd square.
That monitor is out of place, though. I have to admit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the stand that kind of just makes it look so out of place because it's so ugly and round and just kind of in your face. I don't think the bezels are really like a big deal, but it definitely, this setup is screaming for an ultra wide. But
and then he's got the big skyline photo in the background that would be perfect to have that same image on your ultra wide monitor beneath it.
Oh, and it's the same size as the ultra wide that he would win.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I definitely think that like New York skyline, is that New York? I should know.
Did he say what his last name is? His last name Hawk by chance?
Yeah, I don't have that information on hand, but it sounds kind of familiar. Why?
Well, if his last name was Hawk, what would his full name be?
Okay. No, you know what? It's funny because I think his last name does start with an H, so you definitely got lucky there. And I just sound really stupid.
I almost got him to do it. Good thing you said that in his head.
My cock! Sorry. Wow. I just have Tourette's.
Dude, that was going in an epic area.
It was close. It was close. I'm sorry.
All right. So does Mike deserve our sympathy vote here?
What do you
because
think?
He can only afford like a DX racer chair, and his room looks like the back office of a surgeon.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty damn good. What do you think, Jerry? Do you think
no, it's a beautiful setup. I mean, he even has he has mini pallets up on his shelves with camera lenses on them. Camera lenses are expensive. Yes. I believe that is a camera lens. That looks like a 50 millimeter prime, if I'm not mistaken, and not the cheap one. We're talking like the expensive one. So I think there's a good possibility that Mike might have thrown like his younger brother's monitor up on his desk to get that sympathy vote.
It's true.
Yeah. Look at that.
And for everyone saying like, what if the setup's fake? When I actually choose the winner at the end, well, you guys choose and I announce it, I will have them actually take a photo, whether it's, them holding a sign that says Pimp My Setup or something like that. I'm not just going to send it to some random dude. Trust me, I'm not that kind of guy. Anyways, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Robert. Now, a little bit of backstory on Robert. He's 14 years old, and man, this really hit me hard, so I'm going to read it, and hopefully, Jerry, if you need tissues, you should probably grab them.
Here, I'll just get some candy, because I eat when I get sad.
Okay, so. Good. Stress eating and, depression. Okay, here we go. This is what he said. I think I could use... Did you just spit that out?
I did.
Okay.
I need my stress candy.
There you go.
Oh, those are disgusting.
He said, I think I can use an ultra-wide monitor because my current monitor does not have enough screen real estate for my schoolwork. I go to a fairly demanding school in terms of workload, time management, and overall expectations. This makes time very valuable for me. An example is when I'm making a PowerPoint or writing an essay. It would be fantastic to be able to glance over to another screen, or for that matter, the other side of the ultra-wide, to look at your notes, references, instead of tabbing out every time. It would be a huge time saver for all my work, and when I can find time to play video games, let alone watch YouTube, it would be a treat. Aww. Man, he's 14 and his workload is just bringing him down.
I know, and look, and he has to use like that 70s office table. I mean, I feel bad for this guy, I do, because if he gets that monitor, he's going to use it to basically become the next Donald Trump. So do we really want to give him the monitor? Just kidding.
You just changed this whole show into something it probably shouldn't be.
I know, I'm horrible.
But looking at this, and this is why I chose him. He's 14. He seems to actually care about school, which is not really common. And just from the look of it, he seems like he's got his stuff together. He knows what's up. And I'm like, sympathy. I'm like, we should just give it to him. He's 14. He's trying to make something of himself, but I don't know. What do you think? Look at that small
subwoofer. No, I'm with you. I say give it to him, because look at that tiny little subwoofer.
Yeah.
That probably can't even put out like cell phone quality bass. And he's got like his little filing cabinet drawer thing over there that I'm sure is just chucked full of homework that he still has to do. And I mean, come on. And he's got a giant R. He's got a monogram R up on the wall. So it's like every time he looks up there, he's like, that's my future. That's going to be giant on a building someday. If I get the screen and I can finish all my homework real good, that will be on a building someday.
Exactly. He's going to have the R Tower, the Robert Tower, instead of the Trump Tower.
Robert Towers.
Yeah.
And Robert better remember, if he wins this monitor and he does found Robert Towers, that he better find out which rest home I end up in and pay it forward. That's all I'm saying, Robert.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is he really like under a heavy workload, or is he just that good at 14 to really pull something out of his ass and make you believe that he needs this? So hey,
well,
man,
that's the internet. I've heard stranger things, but
who knows?
But hey, we also got to be honest. Hey, hold on. We can't be all. We got to be objective. And the objective thing is, would that beautiful monitor look good on that brown 70s desk?
Man, you just changed the whole game right now.
I just changed the whole game right there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that monitor might, by putting that on the desk, you might actually completely mess up his creativity moving forward because the feng shui is going to be just screwed.
Yeah, and it's funny. Someone just said school isn't shit. Let him fail.
School isn't shit. Let him fail.
So guys, if he fails school, then I have that burden on my chest. Like, this is all my fault. I am the reason.
Bro, we could ruin his life by giving him the monitor because he might actually get the monitor, and then like next thing you know, he's on YouTube and becoming a live streamer like us, and then he's a total failure at life, and his parents will hate him for it.
Yeah.
So it might be better just to like
it.
lowered expectations, leave him with that monitor.
Now you're making me feel things that I probably shouldn't have thought of. Man, okay, let's go to the next setup before.
Just bringing them emotions out, bro.
Whew, okay, next setup is submitted by George.
I think that's Jorge, dude.
Oh,
you know Jorge?
I totally just read that so that shows how white I am. I'm just like, George. It's George.
Well, actually, I think though that's like, I think in America we say it George. But
okay.
Yeah, I think that's Jorge.
Let's just go for George.
And he lives in a motel room apparently.
Oh man, I'm so stupid. Anyways, he's 15 years old. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Yeah, he's 15. Now get this. This is what he has to say. I've been watching Pimp My Setup for around 8 months now. Over these 8 months, wait a second, is this the guy that actually says? Okay, no. Later on, I think someone actually says your name in their blurb. That's really funny.
Somebody name drops me?
Yeah, actually, I don't think it's this one, but it's coming up. So anyways, he said, over these 8 months, you have inspired me to build my own PC and attempt to make an epic setup. Getting an ultra-wide monitor that costs more than my entire setup for free would just be mind-blowing. I think it would look great in my simple, clean setup and make gaming a hell of a lot better. P.S. I'm saving for a new chair because the one I have now is hideous. Yeah.
Well, he called it before we could. I mean, it seriously looks like a chair that, like, you know, Mrs. Smith in the second grade sat in behind her airplane desk. You know, it's like,
I actually had a whole joke list for what I was going to say about the chair, but I scratched.
What's his computer sitting on? He doesn't have his computer sitting on a subwoofer, does he? Because if he does, then I'm going to question his ability to actually use the monitor we give him.
Well, let's see. Does he have? Where are his speakers? I don't know. I don't see speakers.
Dude, you can't stick your computer on the subwoofer. Like,
but is that the subwoofer?
It looks like it. It's got the big, huge, round feet like subwoofers usually do. I don't see a drawer opening on it anywhere.
It could be.
That's a sub, dude. That is a sub.
It could be a wooden box.
That's a pretty damn nice wooden box. I'm calling sub on that.
It could be a cajon. Like, you remember John? He had a cajon.
Oh, the
drum
he's playing the music on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm making it up. It's probably not that. It's probably a sub.
Yeah. It's a subwoofer, and he's probably like hitting himself like, "Oh, why did I do that?
Damn it! I should have known."
Is it just me, or does this look like a motel room? It literally, this thing screams motel room. Like, he's got like the little stand in the corner of the desk with a clock on it, and a little one of those lamps that nobody would ever buy that only hotels buy. And he's got a camping chair. The camping chair's throwing me a little bit.
Yeah. I think what it really comes down to is like the stuff on the wall. It looks like that default, you know, like, oh, this is where are we? New York? Okay, hang up a picture of New York, you know. Actually, right now people are saying that that's a footrest.
That's a foot. That doesn't look like it. That's the most uncomfortable footrest ever made. If it's a footrest.
And then someone said, "Wow." Some people are saying things that I'm pretty sure it's not because it's very vulgar.
Where's the speakers too? He's got like no speakers. I don't see headphones or speakers.
See, this makes sense.
Watch, he's probably deaf, and we're just like being the most offensive people ever right now.
People are saying it's an ottoman. That makes more sense. It could.
Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. It's an ottoman, hand-me-down ottoman that came from the same hotel he got everything else from.
He does have headphones, by the way. If you go to the second photo.
Does it make me weird that I like that desk though?
Why would that be weird?
I don't feel like I should like that desk. It looks like it belongs in a hotel, but for some reason it's growing on me. Like, I would actually use that desk.
It's pretty slim and like it looks heavy duty also, like,
yeah,
for what
it
is.
It looks like you park a car on that sumbitch. I want one of those.
And I think that trash can really sells the whole motel theme that you're going for. Like, it sells it to me. Man.
What's hanging on the wall too? He's got a frame up there with like a bunch of like dangly things in it. One looks like an MP5. gun, like their keychains. Does he collect keychains or something?
Yeah, he's got a guitar.
So he might be a valet somewhere. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything positive or nice, or really just anything that doesn't hurt his feelings? Because
the lighting is nice. The lighting under the desk. I scrolled down enough to see that the lighting under the desk is nice, and the desk itself, barring a couple nicks and chips out of it, is pretty cool.
Okay.
Other than that, you live in a motel room, bro. But I think the ultra widescreen would look okay with that setup. I think it's clean enough.
Yeah.
That it'd look okay, but he's got to get rid of that chair. That chair is absolutely just horrible.
So you heard it here. So boom, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is Ethan, and Ethan is 14, and man, he just like really beat himself up here, and I'll let you know why. He said, I think I deserve to win this monitor because my setup is kind of bland. I used to have 2 crappy square monitors on both sides of the main, but I took those away a while back because it made my setup look like it was bought from the dump. So now my desk is extremely empty. So I think an ultra-wide would fill my desk nicely. Man, if your setup looks like it was bought from a dump, let me know where that is, because I could probably scoop up a few things and sell them on eBay.
I just live in the dump. I'd just go there and stay there.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty nice dump.
Admission.
Yeah. The first thing I want to talk about before we even just look at it as a whole, look at his toothbrush. It's on his desk. It's one of those like Sonicare.
Oh yeah,
ones.
it's like one of those like little rotating bristle Sonicare knockoff brushes. Dude cares about hygiene though. Hey,
he might brush like 5 times a day at this point. It looks like
bro.
it.
Well, hopefully he's using it to brush his teeth. I've heard of those toothbrushes being used for other things. I'm not gonna get into too many details there.
If the vibration's good, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, there's Matt. Matt and I are just gonna keep one up each other until LG sends them an email and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna cancel that deal with you, bro." Like,
and I have to pay for all the monitors. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Anyways, taking a look at like the shelf, what do you think? Do you think it's like too much or nah?
It's a noisy environment, man. Like he's got a lot of stuff literally everywhere, but he's got multiple pairs of headphones. Mad respect for that. Nobody should ever have to just settle on one pair of headphones.
That's true.
I like that he has his lamp pointing straight up at the ceiling. I like that he's got all of his boxes up on the top shelf, even though it's noisy as hell. That's always a show of pride. When you have every box of every electronic device that you currently use like on display, that's like you're proud of what you've accomplished. So I don't know what he's talking about with this dumpster crap. He's proud of his setup. He's downplaying it. He's totally proud. And look, he's even positioned the light so that the shadow casted on the wall looks like an ultra widescreen monitor. Like he's already prepared himself for it.
He's envisioning the future. He's like, if I do this, it's the secret. I will have it. Just pretend it's there.
Exactly. He's already figured it out, dude. He's already laid out the dimensions in the photo. But
you know what it is? I look at this and I'm like, that monitor is actually pretty damn nice.
That's not a bad monitor.
Yeah,
That's
look
like
at the bezels. Yeah, look at it. It's one of those. Oh, it's a BenQ. Look at that. Probably should have zoomed in originally. So if you guys think that for 14 he doesn't need this, it's up to you. You guys get to decide. That's the fun.
If you put that widescreen monitor on that desk, you're going to be covering up that awesome shadow on the wall. Do you really want to be the person known for that?
Come on.
Seriously.
You have a legacy to fill now.
Totally.
Anyways, let's go to the next setup. This one's very interesting. This is submitted by. All right, you want to tell me how to say that name just so I don't seem stupid?
I'm just going to throw out Niles.
Niles. I was going to say that, and then I was like, what if it's Niels? But it's definitely not.
I'm gonna go with Niles because Niles sounds much more like
sophisticated.
Yeah.
So Niles here is 15. He's a producer because that's a thing.
Just give
Holland.
it to him. Give it to him.
Just done.
Close.
Okay.
Drop the microphone, dude.
Thanks for watching this episode, everybody. He said over the years he's been expanding his setup, and the last thing that he does not have still is an ultra wide screen. And not only will it look awesome, but it will help a lot with mixing and mastering his tracks. And he deserves to win because it's the last piece to his puzzle. I didn't know that this was a puzzle, but hey, man, if it is, you're definitely lacking in that monitor department. That's a big ass TV, I would assume, right? That's old school.
Judging by that's a TV. That's like an LG. It's not even a big one. It's like maybe a 25 or 30 inch TV. Judging by actually no. If you judge by the size of the receiver underneath it, it's probably like a 35 inch.
Okay, so
he'd actually be going down in size, but having more usable real estate.
Yeah. And the resolution and things like that. So he has an LG one, so he's totally like, look, I already got LG, just hook me up, upgrade me, get me to the next level in LG. So I like what he's doing. He's definitely thinking. But what do you think about this in terms of does he really deserve it because of his setup? Does his setup look clean enough? Does it look like it has a good workflow? What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's a little bit noisy, but dude's got a lot of stuff going on. I see 2 keyboards that he has, two MIDI keyboards. I see an audio interface. I see an amp. I see 2 studio monitors. I see a headphone amplifier, a home theater system amplifier, something I can't identify. And then on his desk, it looks like he has yet another headphone amplifier.
Yeah.
So the dude is like total just raging audiophile, and it even looks like he even has some weights sitting next to one of the speakers. So he's like up there just like getting himself all worked up.
Yeah.
So, he even has foam. He has audio foam behind everything too to cancel out the echoes up there. So
he takes everything so serious.
With the space. He's doing a lot of stuff with the space. I have to imagine that this isn't a guy who's just dinking around. Like, this dude actually wants to be a producer someday. So he's working it.
That's the funny part. I'm reading the chat, and that's why I like doing this live, is because I could really see what like the majority thinks. And everyone says that it's a load of bull. Like, bro, you know, you care about your audio so much. Why don't you invest in a nice monitor so it's easier to mix and blah, blah, blah? Because I'm sure he didn't buy all this overnight. You know, this is like a work in progress, obviously. And it just looks like he had no love for the monitor, like, ever.
He didn't. He actually looks like he might actually be a little bit of a monitor hater. Like right? Like he'll take it out of the box, and he might even just like not even hook it up. He might just like put it right on eBay and buy more audio equipment.
Yeah, you never know. He's probably an audio addict, right? So that's a thing. Anything else you want to say about that or no?
No, I'm just gonna say this guy. He's got the audio boner. So I don't know if he's got the visual boner, but he's got the audio boner.
Yeah.
So.
I agree there. All right, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Jesper or I'm just gonna say in all the different variations.
No. Jesper, you're good with Jesper.
Jesper, okay. I'm just scared now. You put me on the wrong track with making fun of the way I said things, and
I'm sorry. It had to be done.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
It's like jacking a screen up on books. Like that right away makes me like a little afraid to give him such wonderful technology.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, let's read what he wrote. He said, my setup needs some monitor love. Definitely. I think you can help me out with this. Of course, that's the whole point of submitting. I am on a budget. Okay, well, this is a giveaway. You're not going to get it for free. My controller is in the Signum because I'm not using it that often. My keyboard is the next upgrade. Swashin for the win. Totally agree there. So if you take a look at the next picture, you see he's got a Signum, and the cable management, although visible, is actually managed, which is what matters. His controller is just chilling there. That's cool. And overall, it's a very, like, I don't know, he's 15. It looks like a 15-year-old setup.
Why does he have a giant garbage can under his desk? Like, what could you possibly be doing at your computer so much that you need a garbage can that large?
Late night sessions requires more. Okay, never mind.
I mean, that is a garbage can. That's like R2-D2 with his legs lopped off.
It's like at the cafeteria in school. It's like
exactly. Like, I'm a little afraid of what's going on. Inside of that garbage can. It's kind of like haunting my memories a little bit. He's got LPs up on the wall, though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Dude's a Michael Jackson fan. He likes his records.
And I like that. Like, it's very clean and shows personality and things like that. Now,
I just worry, would his computer even be powerful enough to drive that monitor? Like that's what I don't know. Looking at it, I can't really tell. I mean, we don't have the stats on it, but I'm guessing by everything else that's around there that it's probably like a 486 DX266. with 640K.
Sure. Yeah. Numbers. I think like with
hey, you guys in chat know what I'm talking about, right?
You guys do.
266. Come on.
Actually, someone just said in the chat, and you guys are so right. Those books. Now, you probably don't know what the Diary of the Wimpy Kid is, right?
No, I do.
You do? Okay.
I've actually watched the movie. I haven't read the book. All
right. Well, those are the books that he's using. So he's like really showing how young he is, because those are the books holding up his monitor right now. So that's throwback. I like that's like kind of like points for me there, because I like that. It's a good series. But yeah, this setup, I saw it and I was like, my heartstrings, I was just like, oh man, I just want to give it to him because it would make his day or his life.
I mean, look at this camera. It's all grainy too. Like this guy needs a freebie, dude. This guy just needs a freebie in his life. Man. Like I think it would jumpstart his whole life over again, and he could give up his Michael Jackson fetish and actually get back out in the world.
Oh, that kind of makes me want to just skip to the next setup. All right, let's go to the next setup.
More books, skip it.
Yeah, seriously, right? This setup is going to cause a lot of controversy because of multiple things. But when I tell you this,
a teacher. I bet you here. Just go ahead and read what he said. I bet you he's a teacher somewhere. I'm almost betting money he's a teacher.
How much you want to bet?
Money is a teacher.
How much?
I'll bet you $5 right now that he's a teacher of something.
Okay, I know the answer, so yes, I'll take the bet. He's not a teacher. Okay,
he's not a teacher.
No.
Okay, well then why the hell does he have an apple on his desk with a little helicopter and a plant in the window and there's like books everywhere? You're a liar, or he's a liar. That is a teacher. He's got a blackboard next to his screen. It's a teacher.
You ready for the best part? This is like,
yeah.
This is the best. His name is Jason. He's 14 years old.
That's a 14-year-old setup?
Yes.
Jason wants to be a teacher.
Yes,
Jason,
he does.
Jason, if you don't know, if you are confused ever about what you want to do with your life, you are destined to be an underpaid teacher at a grade school. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
If you need to accept it, just go be you. Go be the Jason and teach grade school.
So let me read what he said, guys, and I can confirm it is actually his setup. I wasn't gonna put it in because I was like, this looks like it's out of a magazine for, you know, an office or something.
Scholastic magazine.
Yeah. Yeah. Teacher edition.
It's the cover of Scholastic, like November edition.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
this is what he
dude.
said. Ever since I got word of the LG giveaways, I've been super excited since I've been saving for that exact monitor.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that since he has an integrated Mac Pro with a 5K. like, what does he want to downgrade? Is he shooting for a downgrade here? And how's he even gonna plug it into that thing? What is he gonna put it next to it and have like a 20 feet of monitors going off the end of his desk?
I honestly have no idea. And I'm just
Jason, you're up to some shit, bro. I'm just saying, Jason.
I'm just looking at this though, and like, in all honesty, it would kill his setup.
Dude, look at the glasses on the desk. They're even like the wooden frame looking glasses. Like the only thing that's missing from this picture is like a tobacco pipe, like sitting on a book, on a journal.
Oh man, I don't even want to put like too much time into this, but my point of view on this is that regardless of age or occupation, whatever the case may be, what is he going to do with the monitor? But I wanted to put it on because I think it's going to be fun to read the comments later on in the chat right now. It's been great. Yeah. And obviously it fooled Jerry because he thought that this was like, you know, some 20, 30-year-old teacher. But no.
It didn't fool me, bro. You call him in 20 years. He's a teacher. I guarantee you. I will bet. I'll give you that $5, but you'll be giving it right back to me in 20 years because dude's going to have tenure at some elementary school. I guarantee it.
Can you imagine, like, actually 20 years from now, I'm like, shit, here you go, Jerry. Here's $5. All because of
I know we're still doing this shit, like when we're like shitting in our diapers and stuff and eating cup of noodles.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully in 20 years I'm not shitting in a diaper.
Kids, that's why you want to go into YouTube media, because even when you're 80 years old and in a retirement home, as long as you have access to a laptop and a webcam, you're good to go.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's go to the next setup. This one might actually be like kind of a personal favorite in terms of who really deserves it, because I just feel so bad for him with that display. And actually, here is the story behind it. Jordan, 14 years old, he says, I love your videos and I've been a proud member of the Flamingo Squad ever since I subbed. When I heard about this giveaway, I was super duper excited. Ever since I had my own PC, I've used this crappy little monitor. As I advance in my IST, Information and Software Technology classes at school, by the way, he's 14 years old, I find that I need a nice big color accurate monitor. Winning this would greatly help me in my studies as I learn how to use Photoshop correctly and balance my colors and help me look like a badass while doing so. Thanks for everything, Matt. I'm crossing my fingers for this one. Now, I have to say, I really like the way he wrote that. He was pretty straight up, but he's 14.
And the dude's a handheld console collector, so he automatically wins my favor. Because,
yeah, how cool is that shelf? It's really cool.
That's cool, dude. He's got a Game Boy Color, looks like a Game Boy Advanced, a 3DS.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Looks like two 3DSs, but I don't know. But yeah, no, he's got that. No, it's a nice setup. He's even got his wallet sitting on the desk right there. You know, just sitting right out there for everybody to see. Be like, yeah, look at me, my wallet.
Yeah, look how thick that is.
Is that an original? Is that a Mac keyboard from like back in the 90s?
Yeah, dude. Yep.
That looks like an old school mechanical Mac keyboard from like way back. We're talking like pre-G series.
I have like one of the updated versions of that exact keyboard, and
I almost wonder if that's a Hackintosh. Does he say if he's running OS 10?
No, he didn't state any of that, so I have no idea. The fact
that he has that keyboard in a white case, I almost think he might be Hackintoshing it up a little bit. But
hey, I mean,
but yeah, no, dude, he sounds like he would put it to good use. I'd say that this guy would be a good candidate to receive the monitor. Mm-hmm. It looks like it would actually fit on his desk because it's in a corner arrangement.
Yep, perfect spot.
Yeah, and
for
it accent those curtains beautifully.
that's one thing I don't really like about it. But what I have to say is, for 14, he's making use of what he has. Not everybody is loaded, and he's a pretty nice setup he has a pretty nice setup for his age. So I like it, and it's a good candidate.
He does.
So
all these youngsters with these great computer setups just blows my mind these days.
Yeah. I agree.
Good parents. Those are solid parents is what that is. That's solid parenting, guys.
Investing in the future of your child. You got to do it.
Okay, so the next one is Jaeden.
I was like, please say it for real. No, it's Jaden, right?
Yeah, bro. Jaden.
Yeah, okay,
We're good with Jaden.
Cool. All right, Jaden. Okay. Let's see. Jaden's 17 years old, and he said, I am entering this competition because I have been saving so long for a desktop PC. And then when I switched schools, I had to buy an Ultrabook, which okay.
Oh.
1,500 Australian dollars. And
everything in Australia is $1 billion.
Yeah.
Everything.
So that set him back and pulled him further away from making his setup a dream. I reality.
I think all you guys should pick this setup for one reason, and I'm going to explain. Because if Matt has to pay out of pocket to ship these monitors, that will be the most expensive place on earth for him to send one.
I don't have to, luckily.
Oh, you don't? They're covering shipping?
Yeah.
Okay, so if they're covering shipping, then vote on it however you want. But if he had to cover shipping, I would say right there, boom, the shipping on that would probably cost more than the monitor to Australia.
The best part is, if that was the case, this would be America only. Everyone would be like,
I know,
this is
right?
bull. Why is there nobody from other countries? I'd be like, shut up.
Dude, I went on my own store, and I was like, I clicked to order a shirt, and I put in Australia because somebody asked if I shipped there, and I looked at my own shipping and handling. I wouldn't buy shit from that guy. Like, it was my store.
Oh, man. Yeah, I agree. Anyways, let's take a look at this setup. Now, he gives us this photo, and then he also gives us like a far back GoPro fisheye shot. Ooh. Which shows like all of his. It might be a little too much for some people, but for other people, it's the perfect amount.
It's screaming Australia, though. Totally screaming Australia. He's got like the Holden Falcon sitting over there, and he's into race cars. Looks like he's got some medals hanging on the wall. Got a picture of what looks like maybe a Koenigsegg car or something down there. He's got a motorcycle. He's got his boomerangs. This guy's got an active mind. This guy is all over the place. I like this guy.
And he's got a lot of awards, apparently. If you go on the left side, he's got an art award, a diligence award, something with his name on it. Just a lot of stuff. So he's active with a lot. I don't know. It's a lot. So do you guys think that he deserves this at the end of the day? Should he ditch those two displays? Go straight
Dude, he lives in Australia. Like, every animal off your front porch can kill you. So I would say he deserves it just on that merit alone.
The fact that he's able to stay alive day to day. That right
there. Exactly. He's like the dude from Portal, right? He hasn't got killed by Gladys yet, so he's good to go. Give him a monitor.
There you go. Boom. All right. So now let's go on to the next setup. This next setup is submitted by Austin. Now, Austin said he's been watching Pimp My Setup since actually way back, like when you were on, Jerry, and I can confirm that. I remember him. So back 2-3 years ago, he's only 14, so he's been watching since he was a little boy, and technically still is. He said he thinks that his setup is pretty good considering his age, and he does lack in the monitor department. If he won, he would give his current monitor to his friend. Damn it, you're just pulling at these heartstrings right now. And he said he thinks it's really cool for us to do the giveaway. So, boom, what do you have to say about this?
Well, we might have to disqualify him because I think he photoshopped the picture. I'm just saying, I'm looking at it here, and the blur isn't dead center in the picture, so it looks like he used a blur filter to make it look way more artistic than it is.
Well, if you look at the next photo, it's not blurred. But yeah, imagine it was under the desk was completely photoshopped. That would be hilarious. But in the next photo, everything's in focus.
I like his setup, though. I really like his setup. It's like super clean. I like what he's doing with his room. Mm-hmm. I like it. I think it'd be cool. Yeah. I think it'd be cool. He'd have to find some different speakers because that monitor's going to shove them speakers out.
Oh yeah.
Like way far to the side. But no, other than that, no. I like the fact that the desk fits like just perfectly right there in the corner. He's got his guitars there. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty clean setup. I like it.
Yeah, he's got that red accent with some posters, and the PC has the red in it as well. And he's got a little cactus plant thingy-majig.
He's got his parental advisory poster up there, so it's like in Walter White, so you know that he's like just hardcore rebel.
Yeah, he's a 14-year-old drug addict for what we know. So
he is. This guy's cooking meth in his bathroom, so we should give him the screen just so that he has something else to do, so he will stop making the meth, guys.
Yeah, let's help him out with that. But yeah, there's really nothing else to say about this setup. It's a pretty straightforward one.
That's clean.
Yeah. So, this next one, this is the guy that made mention of you. So It's funny how the world works. He said,
just vote for him. Vote for him.
I probably should have told you that then. Jake is 15, and he says, I believe I deserve to win because, like you, I'm crazy about my setup, and I am forever buying new products to improve it and make it look perfect. But having the perfect setup also takes time, and I put a considerable amount of time into this particular setup, as I am using now. Okay, anyways. Also, I'm very proud of my cable management, as I put most of my time spent on the setup into that, alongside a bit of help from yourself and Barnacles.
Yeah, hot glue was deployed, brother.
Yeah. And he says, I really believe the monitor will make my setup the setup that I've been wanting for so long, especially as my current monitors are tiny and a hand-me-down. Thanks for the amazing opportunity and keep doing what you do, because and he basically was just sucking on it there. So thank you for thank you for the compliments, Jake, and thanks for mentioning Jerry. You made him feel loved about his Jerry rig.
I know. Look at this.
Yeah, and actually look under his desk. What do you have to say about that? Do you like it?
I mean, the only cable you can see under his desk is the power cable. That's it. Period. There is not another cable like visible.
And did you see the under part? Do you like that he mounted his?
I do. No, he did a damn good job on that. I like that he screwed in his headphone amplifier.
Yep.
I think that's what that is, like to the bottom side of the desk. No, that's really nice. He's done good. The board done good.
Yeah, and I look at this, and this is kind of why I chose it. He's got a lot of personality. You could tell that he is 15. He has a crappy monitor, and then he's got a TV that he games with, and it's like, what should he do? Should he have that, ultra wide in the middle and then mount the TV above, or because I don't know. I think he's a good candidate for actually receiving this. It's a very humble, legitimate setup. What would you do if you got it?
I'd get rid of that tiny little craptastic monitor with like with the silver frame, and replace that with the ultra wide, and then I'd take the big screen and mount it up on the wall.
It would look really nice. And
that's what I do. And I'd even put some shelves on the side of the screen, get rid of some of the posters, put some shelves on the side of the screen, and put them big speakers up there. Because having your speakers on the floor under your desk ain't doing you any favors.
Yeah, unless your feet have ears. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't judge. This show is not about judgment.
Not at all.
About judgment.
But yeah, so that's Jake's setup. Now let's go. We have two more to go through. So here we go.
I love everybody in the chat. No, doesn't deserve ultra wide. No, just no.
And that's the funny part. Like, they're all saying to no to everyone, so they're gonna have to choose someone eventually. But
why you guys gotta be so angry? Let your anger out.
Just be nice. Be nice.
Anger leads to hate. Yeah. And hate leads to suffering.
Sure.
Or something like that. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember a Star Trek quote. I don't know. Yoda said something like that, and it was pretty damn inspiring. I don't remember.
All right. Next setup submitted by Baylor. Baylor. What would you say?
Baylor the Destroyer.
I don't want to say
cool name. I've never heard of Baylor. That's awesome.
Okay.
Like, if you work on a farm and you handle the hay, you're the baler.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? So Baylor. It sounds like a Greek god.
Because Taylor Baylor. I don't know. I'm
he likes BMW. He's got like the BMW M Division stripes going on his screen over there.
Yep. And,
so I dig that.
So let's hear what he has to say. He's 17 years old. He wants to say thank you for giving your subscribers the opportunity to improve their setups with your support. Oh, you're a little too far down there. Get back on. Anyways, he's been using an old 27-inch 720p Samsung TV for his monitor for the past 4 to 5 years. And at first, this wasn't a big deal, but now he's getting into photography and videography, and 720p isn't cutting it, obviously. And he said he's getting ready to head to college for engineering, so all that crispy glory will be very useful when working in design programs like AutoCAD. And as far as his current setup, he feels like he did the absolute best with it. He's very cramped, and he made it work by doubling his nightstand into a console center, and he feels like his cable management is probably the strongest quality of his setup, especially when using an open backed desk like this. By using a lot of Velcro and hot glue, he's able to minimize the dangle. I like that. And this is the best part. The only thing lacking in my setup is pixels. Boom, drop the mic. There it is.
Boom.
There it is.
Boom.
What do you have to say about it?
No, he nailed it, man. I say just give it to him.
You've said that like 3
and
times
look,
now.
he has nothing in his wastebasket. You know how many pictures we've looked at where nobody thinks to empty the wastebasket before taking a picture?
I agree. It's painful.
You know how many crusty Kleenex rags we've had to look at on this show? It's like, I just want to give it to him just for having that consideration.
Yeah, and he has no lotion in sight, nothing like that.
Nope, no lotion in sight. Doesn't have like 5 pairs of keys to various different vehicles on his desk.
Oh, man. I like the accent of like the orange above, and then it's like on that poster too, and like that desk is super different, and the whole room's got that cool vibe, and I like it. It's very simple, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I like it because it's up to everyone else watching the show.
Everybody else, but hey, you know what I see? He's an equal opportunity console offender. He has an Xbox One and a PS4, and his little thing next to his bed. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
and he's using Mac. And okay, nope, no PC. I was about to come up with a good point there. Like, oh, he's using. No, he's not. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. But now let's go on to the last one. Oh, and by the way, here's a picture of the cable management for everyone watching the show. Anyways, next one and final one, Brad. Now, I want you to guess how old do you think Brad is?
7. I only say that because the cooler the setup is, somehow it's like some kid.
Well, you're wrong because it's the complete
14,
opposite.
14, 75, 18,
lower, higher,
35,
a little bit higher.
37?
Yeah.
This dude's 37 years old?
He's 37 years old trying to fit in with all the younger kids. Not that, I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean, literally, this show is usually...
He was totally being rude.
I was being a douche.
Matt just
I'm such a douche. Damn it.
Why can't be such a judger, dude?
I know.
I
hate myself. Oh,
here
man.
I am trying to be like all like, gray area here, and you gotta start saying shit like that.
Yeah, my bad. Anyways, let's read what Brad had to say. He said he's been watching the show for about 8 months, and he's been working hard on his setup since. He's gotten a lot of ideas from the show, and he's looking forward to new episodes. Hey, hello. And his setup is a little bare at the moment, but he's slowly adding pieces.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. Some guy was like, give it to the perv. I was just like, I lost it.
It's funny because I saw that too as I was reading this.
Oh, my God.
That's the thing. I should not have said the age because people just... Oh, man. Anyways, he did say he paid for everything by himself. Get it? Because everyone else...
I'd hope so at 37. Come on, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyways, because all the little kids are like, "Oh, I paid for this myself." So he made a joke, and Jerry, of course, had to be that guy. Anyways, he said that he got really hyped about the giveaway, and he's not sure if this is what I was looking for, but actually, this is like the perfect candidate for an UltraWide. And he said this is his office. He works from home. He's here all day, every day, and he's a casual gamer in his spare time. But he needs more pixels, and he knows that 3440 by 1440p resolution would be a big upgrade. And his current monitor is Korean and only has a 1 DVI input. So
wait, the UltraWide you have, or the 1440p variety?
Yeah, bro. Curved, 21 by 9, UltraWide, LG.
LG sent me like the poor people monitor. I got like the twin 1080p flat one.
Well, they reached out to me. I got 2 of them, and another one on the way. Most likely, we'll see.
I'm just poor people.
Yeah,
I'm just poor people these days.
But does that really surprise you?
It doesn't, not at all.
So you should just get over
that. I think this guy actually, I think a curved monitor would actually look pretty baller on that desk, and I like the fact that it's dead center on the desk. It's one of the few setups we've seen where it's like, boom, smack dab in the center, and my OCD demands that. And I like that he has the shelves are equal distance apart, each contain an item of the same genre. It's just I don't know. My OCD tells me like I'd work in that room.
Oh yeah, and this is where he is all day. So he obviously likes being clean, and he's got his guitars, and I like the one on the left. It's a Gibson something. I don't want to say because then people will be like, "Oh my God, it's the wrong make. Why'd you even guess, Matt? You're stupid. You don't know guitars." It's
a guitar. It's got metal strings on it, and it makes sounds that are picked up on a magnetic thing and sent to another thing. See, they can't argue that because I was technically right.
Well, I'm sure someone will find something to say that's like, actually, it's not metal, it's half metal, and like this, that, and the other. Anyways, I like the rug. I like everything, the color scheme. Yeah, it's a little bare for some people, but that's something he could add on. It's not like something he has to undo. And I like the clean tabletop. So this is probably one of my favorites. It is a Les Paul, someone said. Epiphone. I was going to say that. Okay, whatever. So yeah, I really like this. Probably one of my top picks. But now is the part of the show. If you're watching pre-recorded, then we're going to cut here because now people have to vote for the top 5. And then from there, you guys will vote. So I'll get to that in a second, but we'll be right back.
All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, Barnacles has to go stand in front of the oven and wait for the timer to go off so I can stuff my face with delectable treats. Thank you, Matt, for having me on the show. I had a good time.
Well, thanks for coming on. I'll see you later, man.
Yeah, you will see me later.
Okay. Dick. All right, guys. So we just got back. Obviously, Jerry just had to leave, and I'm actually really happy he came on like last minute out of nowhere. Really, really awesome. So thanks, Jerry, for coming on. Now, I just put together a straw poll with every single person that was on this episode, and I let the people watching live, over 500 people right now, it's about 400 that were watching live, choose who should go into the top 3. Now, out of the top 3, Brad, who's on the screen right now, got 103 votes. That's 39% of the vote. And then we have Jordan came in second place with 29 votes, 11% of the votes. And finally, we got Gregor, is that how you say it? Gregor, hopefully that's how you say it. He is in third place with 21 votes, 8% of the vote. So there you go. Those are the final 3 for this episode that are eligible to be winning the ultra-wide monitor. Oh my God, it's so cool. Yeah, it's exciting. So now it's up to you. You guys watching this pre-recorded will be able to decide the winner. If you think that Gregor should win, or Brad or Jordan or any of them should win, you get to decide. There's going to be a link down below to a straw poll you choose out of the 3. And I have the date here. Let me scroll up. Okay. Winner announced on Pimp My Setup's Twitter. So that's going to be announced at Pimp My Setup. That's a Twitter account. That's where I'm going to tweet it. Saturday, September 19th. So probably like midday. I will decide. It's already Wednesday, so we're getting close. Make sure you vote right now. If you're not doing it, what are you doing? Go click it. So yeah, out of those 3 people, one of them will win. And the next week I'll be back to do another one of these. Super excited about that. Everyone's saying Brad or Jordan. I don't think there's much love for Gregor. So sorry, Greg. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet, go enter the Gleam contest to win another monitor. If you don't want to submit your setup, enter the contest through Gleam. The link is going to be down below. And also, if you haven't and you want to get on the show for one of these, you can. Submissions are now open. swashingiveaway@gmail.com. Make sure the subject is your name with your age, and then in the actual email, write why you think you deserve it, just like all these people did, and then send 2 to 3 pictures of your setup to be eligible to win one of these. If you don't know how to do it, you need more guidelines, things like that, that's going to be available at the actual announcement video. Go check it out. You will be able to enter. And like I said, if you don't have a setup, you can enter through the Gleam. Also enter the UltraWide Festival. I'm trying to make sure, because I always get questions, and I'm just trying to make sure I hit everything on the head. If you want to know if you're going to be on the show, watch it. It's simple as that. Make sure you follow Pimp My Setup on Twitter for everything you need to know. Thanks for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode number, special LG edition number 1. I'm talking too fast. Okay, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the Flippity Flop. Don't forget, I'm Matt Philly. You're not. Okay, peace.